Hello everyone, Insane Gorilla here. Welcome to a new video. I'm putting the What If Asta Was an Angel from Diablo on hold while I do some more research. Thanks to a comment I got on my second video, and if the same person watches this video, thank you very much, my guy. I have taken that into consideration and I will be doing new research on it to try and hopefully not F up. So, thank you once again. I am starting a new What If. What if Deku was, well, as you can see on the picture, what if Deku was a pure-blooded Sith from the Old Republic era? Leave a comment down below. What how he actually got to the My Hero Academia universe. I won't come up with anything. I want to leave that all to you guys. And if you could tell me the first chapter, what the first actual chapter is, because I actually tried looking to see what the first chapter was, and it didn't come up with anything. It just came up with the training arc. So I don't know whether that's the full actual first chapter. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't watched My Hero Academia in some time. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get on with it. As you can tell in the picture, Deck is going to be a Sith pureblood. Sorry, my mind threw a blank again. Even though I was playing Star Wars: The Old Republic just an hour ago. Anyway, so yeah, Deku is a pure-blooded Sith with all the red markings of pure Sith. So, yeah. His mum and dad are still Isashi and Inko Midoriya, but they went by a different name. Name also down in the comments what his parents' names should have been in the Star Wars universe. I know you guys can do it. I have full trust in you. And yeah, Deku's born. His parents being red-skinned, he also is red-skinned, which does confuse not confuse, which sort of just is natural, I guess, for pure-blooded Sith. And yes, he does have the Force, by the way, and he will get a lightsaber. What color it'll be, you choose, because the color of the lightsaber will actually be the path he goes down. Now, Hisashi works around Japan and all that. Inko works over in America. So Izuku Midoriya is actually over in America at the moment. For the first 4 years of his life, he's over in America, while his mum does hospital work. Let's say she's just a hospital worker. But then they get a letter saying that the hospital is laying Inko off work for some odd reason, and they have to move to Japan. Now, Hisashi's already in Japan, so he already has a place of his own. So when Inko and Izuku Midoriya turn up, she says, "Our son is strong, but with everything going on over in America, we've been forced to come here." Now, Hisashi's obviously mad because the Sith purebloods usually are quite mad because of the anger and the dark side. And he goes on a bit of a rant saying these humans should always treat us with respect. We are Sith purebloods. But Inko, being a bit calmer, calms him down, saying, look, they are not force sensitive. They are not part of the Republic that chased us for so long. But be mindful of the anger. This place does have a strong force connection, it's just that nobody has connections to the force. Just their unique abilities they call quirks, so we've got to pass our own abilities off as quirks. There's Ashi calming down, saying, you're right, sorry. Inko just saying, you're a strong warrior, just like the rest of our species. The Empire will find us one day. May not be now, maybe in the next few years, maybe. I just don't know. Deku, sort of confused on where he is. He's free at this point. Because over in America he was 2. He moved to Japan when he was 3. So everybody speaking Japanese is something new to him. His father does teach him the Japanese language, and he does walk around with his dad and spend some time with him while his mum looks for some work in Japan, eventually getting a teacher position. Teaching assistant, should I say, actually, in Deku's school. And this is actually where Deku and his father walk into the park. He meets one of his colleagues who says he needs to talk to him for a bit. So he tells Deku to go and play in the park with the younger kids, while his father deals with his work colleague. So Deku runs off, just being Deku, playing with the other kids, but keeping a very, very, very big distance away from others, not letting them pry into his personal little life. Like, why is your skin red? Like that other guy over there who's talking to such and such. Deku would just say, I don't know, but that's all I'm going to tell you. Just please stop trying to get into my life. And this is where he meets a young girl with brown hair, so just being on her own. But then a boy with blondish hair comes along, starts picking on her, and you can all guess who this is. It's Bakugo. Deku, just not really liking to see others get picked on, walks over and walks over, stands in front of the girl, back turned to her, facing Bakugo, him shouting, well, not shouting, saying, why you pick on this little girl? Bakugo saying, because she won't get a good quirk like me, I will get the best quirk out of everybody here. Deku sort of just saying, that's not true, everybody can get a strong quirk if they train it properly. She may not get a strong quirk, but you may not get one either. just think about it for a minute before you go along and bully others. Because there are always bigger fish in the sea. Bakugo just being Bakugo, arrogant as all hell, saying, "Yeah, right, loser. Unlike you, I will actually get a quirk." He actually reaches out to actually push Deku, because he's actually Bakugo is actually 4 in this, so he's going to be a year older than Deku. Tries to push him, and an explosion comes from his hand. Bakugo sort of like reeling from the back blast of it. It says, "Haha, I unlocked my quirk faster than anybody else. I've got a better quirk." As the smoke sort of clears away from Deku, Bakugo actually sees Deku actually having his hand out, well, hand up, and not even a bit of charred clothing was actually on Deku. Just all the explosion, all the concussive force seemed like it got pushed back to Bakugo. Now Hisashi and his work colleague rush over and see what happened, seeing that Deku was protecting a little girl, and Bakugo on his ass, holding his arm, saying that the red-skinned brat pushed me as I unlocked my quirk, so he made me hurt myself. Deku sort of just getting this stare from his father and his work colleague, which his work colleague says, "Bakugo, go home now while I deal with this." Yeah, it turns out to be Bakugo's father, who works with Hisashi Midoriya. Hisashi Midoriya sort of turning around to Bakugo's father and saying, "It wasn't my son's fault. Your son most probably unlocked his quirk as he was most probably trying to shove. Again, because I have met your son once before." Bakugo's dad saying, "Yeah, and I know it wasn't your son who pushed him. It was him reeling from the concussive force of the explosion. Your son most probably has become an early bloomer and unlocked his quirk at the same time." So Hisashi says, "You're most probably right," trying to keep it on the down low that his son doesn't actually have a quirk, it's actually the force, the dark side of the force. So yeah. Hisashi then walks home with Deku going directly to Inko, saying that Deku is going to the quirk doctor to get the force checked out and pass it off as a quirk to make it look like he's an early bloomer. Inko saying, "I'm coming with you because I found a teaching position at Izuku's school and is actually on the way to the hospital there." So they get up, leave, go to the quirk doctor, which is actually the same guy in the manga who and the anime who actually checks Izuku out at the beginning, saying he does not have a quirk. The same thing happening in this one, where he says, "Sorry, but your son does not have a quirk." Not really disappointing anybody, saying that's alright. Just because he's quirkless doesn't mean he won't become a late bloomer in later on in his life. The quirk doctor agreeing, saying, "Yeah, all things are possible." So they get up, leave. Bakugo walks in, gets told it's a strong quirk, yada yada yada. Now going to the start of middle school, Bakugo starts getting a very, very egotistic personality. Sorry, I forgot the word there. And starts to say, I'll be the number one hero. Everybody will fear me because I will be the number one hero. I'll be the number one hero, this, that, and the other. Deku just letting him run his mouth until Bakugo decides he was going to prove how strong he is by walking over to Deku. Deku just knowing what he was going to do just says, don't bother. And Bakugo sort of gets taken back by it, saying, don't bother about what? Deku just says, you trying to pick on me. You know what happened last time, going back to when they were kids, and him pushing him, well actually not pushing him over. Bakugo thinking that it was just a concussive force that was actually hurting his arm, which it wasn't. Sorry if I'm getting things mixed up, by the way. My brain is having one of those brain fart moments again. So Bakugo just says, yeah, right, what's a loser like you gonna do against me? I'm the greatest person here. And picks on Deku. Deku not really showing his power yet, because he wants to play it off as him being quirkless. So that continues until Bakugo is 15, Deku is 14, and it happens again. Bakugo grabs his notebook, blows it up, then throws it. After the teacher says, I know you all want to become heroes, after chucking all the paper around. Deku finally having enough after Bakugo did that. Literally lets his anger get hold of him and starts picking Bakugo up just by his pure mind. Because if you watch the season 7 of Darth Maul with the Duchess Satine and Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah. No, actually that was season 5, I think. Yeah, I think it was season 5. Sorry, I got that mixed up. So yeah, he starts holding Bakugo up using the Force. People actually start seeing this and actually say, wow, Midoriya, you have one very strong quirk. And all that, you'll become a great hero. And Deku said, I have no interest in being a hero. All I want to do is live a normal life. But a lot of people actually start becoming his friend after that day. Somebody actually does walk up with him, taps him on the shoulder, and says, look, Midoriya, your very strong quirk actually will be a good thing. If you go to UA, go into the hero course, because you could actually do some real good with your quirk. Hang on a minute, my dog's trying to get up on my side. Hang up. What do you want? Sorry about that. So yeah, after a few days of people harassing him, saying go to UA, go to UA, he finally says, all right, I'll go to UA. Quite a few people are actually happy about it, and actually say, if you're going to UA, then we wish you all the best. Bakugo saying that loser will never be in UA. I'm the only one worthy. Deku just walking off and going, just going home. This time he goes underneath the bridge and he could feel the sludge villain approach. And as the sludge villain pops out of the sewage vent or drain, no, manhole, sorry, it's a manhole, he says, the perfect body for me to inhabit. Hold still, kid, so I can take your body because I didn't know that freak was in town. Deku just sort of saying, your body is out of liquid, right? And the sludge villain said, shut up and let me take your body. Launching one of his goo tentacles at him. I'm going to say that's actually his hand that he launches at him. Deku, being a Sith, actually has knowledge of the dark side, of what his father taught him in secret, along with his mother. Quickly turns around and force pushes him back. The sludge villain saying, what the hell? Who are you? And actually starts screaming at Deku quite a lot, saying, what are you? What are you? What are you? After several attempts of trying to take over Deku's body, Deku just saying, I am something far more deadly than you. Letting the sludge villain get closer to him again. And obviously you know where this is going. Reaches out his hands, then puts his fingers downwards or straight, shooting electricity out of his hand, hitting the sludge villain, causing so much pain that the sludge villain loses consciousness. Deku just walks off and doesn't meet All Might. A few minutes later, All Might jumps out of the vent saying, no need to fear because I am here? As he just stands there and says, who the heck knocked out the sludge villain? Not seeing anybody there, just passes it off and says, okay. Makes my life a lot easier. Putting him in a bottle and jumping off, but loses it as he jumps. So, yeah. All Might then realizing this as he hits a building, lands on a building, saying, oh crap, where's the sludge villain gone? The same happens with Bakugo kicking the bottle that the sludge villain was in, knocking off the lid, and the whole explosion thing happens. Now, Deku is walking past as this all unfolds. He sees that a lot of people are gathering around where the explosion was, and some heroes were there. One person says, why aren't the heroes doing anything? That kid's gonna drown. Then somebody saying because they can't, their quirks aren't good enough. Deku just simply saying, ugh, do I have to do everything? Because this isn't the first time he had to do a hero's job, and he got ridiculed for it. Finding a hoodie, slipping the hoodie up, jumping over everybody. A lot of people saying, hey kid, wait, don't go. Sludge Villain will kill you. Him just saying, shut up and let me just do something that heroes can't. And realizes that it's Katsuki Bakugo in the sludge villain. Just force grips him and rips him out. Sludge villain, bringing him right to the heroes, lying him down, and saying, here you go. And then force lightning in the sludge villain, knocking him out. All Might sees this and says, that kid, he's a good successor for one for all, and jumps off to meet him. That's actually where I'll be leaving this off. Leave a comment down below, leave a like, and all that. And yeah, meet you in the next one. Bye.